Hey crew, I'm Han, one half of the Sydney Trail Sisters combo, doing some mobility with you here today. We're going to work through toes, feet, calves, and then up into our hips. If you could grab a mobility ball or a tennis ball, something similar, we'll be using that today along with some longer hold stretches and then some activations at the end. So come on over to your mat or onto the floor. We're going to start in toe sit, opening up through our feet. So toes together, heels together, and then sitting on back into this position. Try to make sure all your toes are tucked under there and the heels are coming together at the back. We are starting here in this not so relaxing position sometimes for about 90 seconds. So in this position here, try to sit back and put the weight into your toes. From there, relaxing your shoulders down and back. And feel free if you want to add a little bit of a neck stretch in, might just pop your left hand over the top of your head, tuck your chin down, add a stretch through your back and neck there. Or you can just sit in this position. Shifting over to the right side if that feels good for you. Ear to shoulder and then tuck your chin. Keep going there with the neck stretch as you like. If this is super intense and you're feeling it in your quads too much or it's too much in your feet, just bring your hands down. Otherwise you're sitting back. The more weight you put back, the harder it's going to be, or the greater stretching to get into the bottom of your feet, opening up through that plantar fascia. I know sometimes after long runs, I really do feel it quite tight in there. It is amazing though how if you repeat this stretch a couple of times after a long run, it does open up across the week and gives your feet a little bit of love there. So hopefully you can stick with me here for this next 30 seconds. Doing well. Let's go into some shoulder rolls if you'd like to. The art of distraction, hey? Changing directions, breathing there. Try to make sure those heels are still coming together at the back. Good. And just sitting here. Nice deep belly breath into your belly. And out. Just one more like that. Breathing in, sitting your weight back and down, and out. All right, well done. Come on out of that, gently tapping the top of your toes on the ground if that's the first time you've done that. Well done for getting through. We're going to grab the mobility ball now. We're going up to open up into the muscles in our feet. Now, this is a really good one to nurture the underneath of our foot there. So what I want you to do is let's start with the right foot on the ball. So right foot on the ball's coming out to the right hand side so I can see it just like you can there out the side, and I'm curling my toes over top of the ball. It's starting just back behind the ball of my foot. I'm going to press down as hard as I can handle without tensing up and move slowly across, so I'm rotating my foot across the ball until I can see it coming out the other side. Lift your toes up, come back to the start, press down, curl over, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, we're just going to go through 2 more times there. Lean forward, pressing that foot into the ball. You can do this with a golf ball. It does get a little bit gnarly. The last one here. Because of how small it is, it really gets in there. And then shifting to the middle of your foot. So we were up just under the ball of your foot. Now you've shifted back a little. You're in the middle of your foot. The ball's out to the right hand side. Push back down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, lifting up, come back again. 3 more here in your own time. Stay relaxed through the rest of your body, doing well. And last one here. Good, well done. All right, last one's a bit of a tricky one to get. You're lifting your toes up as high as you can, getting that ball right down as close as you can to the heel of your foot. Bending toes over, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, until the ball's out the other side. Let's go 3 more times. Now there tends to be a few niggly spots here in the bottom of most people's feet. So just use a pressure that you think is right for you. About a 6 out of 10. So I can feel that quite strongly, but it's not making me tense up. Good, and after you finish that 4th one there, change feet. I'm going to start left hand now, just back from the ball of your foot. Curl the toes over. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, coming back to the start and press. Oh, got a good flicker there in the toes. Just keep the pressure consistent. Breathing as you go. We're just up under that ball of your foot, pressing down as much weight as feels good for you, and then shifting to the middle of the foot. Let's go again. 3, 2, and 1. Good. 4 here. 3, 2, 1. 2 to go in the middle. If you're finding one spot much tighter than the others, do take the time to pause the video and spend a little bit more time there. Good. Moving to the bottom of your foot, that angle where we're really getting into it. Curl the toes over. That's it. Getting those 4 spots there right near the bottom. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Feet are all loved up. They should be feeling good. We're going to move a little bit higher up the body with that mobility ball. So the next place we're going to go is into the hip, or the TFL specifically. So if you find that bony part of your hip and then the fleshy part just underneath, that's where we're going to pop the ball. We're going to lie on it with as much weight as you can. Same thing without tensing up. So we're going to start on the right hand side, left arm in front of us. You can have your head in your hand or come all the way down. I like it right down the bottom there, nice and relaxed. Now, this left leg is supporting us, core is on, and you could just stay here. I can feel that quite strongly into my hips, and that might be enough for me today. You just stay on that spot, wait until the feeling's passed, and then find a new spot. Once that intense feeling's passed, moving along, finding 4 different spots in total. Or you come along with me, you relax through your shoulders, find a spot, bring that knee in and out. We're creating a pin and stretch here. 2, we're going to go for 4, 3, good, take your time, and 4. Doing well. Find a new spot there, move around, maybe forward or back or up or down. Let's go again. Breathing the whole time. Make sure you're not holding your breath. You're keeping your shoulders relaxed. 2 more spots. Same thing if you find somewhere that's really intense for you. Just take the time to just stay on it without any movement. Good. Last spot here for 4. Find that nugget of gold. The mobility treasure. 3 and 4. Good, we're going to switch sides. So TFL on the other side. Moving around, find that bony section of your hip and then go underneath it there. Coming on down, either head in hand or relax to the ground. Whew. One side might feel different to the other, so just take your time and work out whether this side you can do the pin and stretch or you just need to hang out in one spot and wait for that to subside. 4 spots, either 4 knees or waiting for the feeling. Either one is great. Most of it is about relaxing into the ball. So you really want to make sure you're not tensing, especially in the upper body or through the legs here. 2 more spots. Just move through at your own time. Breathing the whole time. Good, and last spot there if you're going along with me. Good job sinking down into the ball. Last one. Awesome. And we're going to move on to the glutes now. So with this one, we come into that glute figure 4 stretch. So lying onto your back, we're going to start with the left leg over top of the right. From there, sit on up. You're going to put the ball underneath that left glute and just have a bit of a roll around. If you haven't done this one before, it takes a second just to work out what you're looking for. So you might find somewhere that's a little bit achy. For me, I found a spot there. And I tend to think that most people, if you roll to the side, bring that left knee close to the ground, you'll find some more in there. So find somewhere a little bit achy, and then we go up and down for 5, 4, 5, side to side, just little movements, shifting the hips. 5, and then round in a circle for 5, round the other way for 5. Then that spot's done. We're going to do 2 more. So maybe open up, left knee to the ground, go up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, side to side. 3, 2, 1, circles. 3, 2, 1, other direction. Hope that's feeling okay for you. If it is intense, remember you go back to that variation where you're just sitting on the ball and you're waiting for the feeling to pass. Otherwise, we go last spot. 4, 5, side to side. Good, and circles. Nice. That side's done. Switch it over. We'll go right glute. So right foot goes over, the ball goes under that right glute, and we do the same. Search around for a moment. Test what happens if you bring that right knee towards the ground, or maybe you stay up straight, finding somewhere. When you've got it, either hold or up and down. 5, side to side, and circles. Good, find a new spot. 3 spots here, up and down. Breathing still, side to side. And circles here. Other way. Good, and last spot, whether you're doing the movements or the hold. Good, and circles. Doing so well. Well done. All right, ball can go to the side. You've progressed through that, brilliant. Now we're going to come into some longer holds. So this is influenced by yin yoga. That's something that I find really useful in my mobility. So we're going to start off with a frog. So we've worked through the outside of our hips and glutes, and now we're going to go down into our adductors. So nice and wide between the knees, feet out behind the hips. Now you can have your toes turned out to the side or pointed back behind you. You can bring your toes together if it feels too intense for your knees to have them out. It does help to pad your knees, and then you're going to come down onto your forearms or stay up onto your hands, whatever feels right for you. Holding down here 90 seconds. So breathing, you should feel that into your groin. If your knees are sore here, that is not the point. So please take the time to pad your knees. Nice work. 1 minute to go. Breathing here. Just feel if your knees tend to drift out further. If you get a little bit more space, see if you can move into that space. As I said, you can come down here. You might be down flat on your chest, but the whole time you're really pushing your hips back. So those hips push back or into the wall behind you. They probably won't move very much if your knees at an appropriate level of stretch. Good, 20 seconds left. That's just a few more breaths. After this, we're going to go into the outer hips. And just take notice if you're doing this stretch or this mobility session every now and then, how it changes. How's your frog? How is it when you put the ball into your glutes? Okay, coming out, just slowly bringing your knees together. Well done. And the next one we're going to go into is shoelace. So before we do, let's just take a moment to lie down and let the hips settle. Good. Give the legs a bit of a shake if that feels good for you. Then coming up to a seated position, let's go into a shoelace. So with shoelace, starting here, cross-legged, we're going to bring the right leg over the left, hoping to stack our knees and having our feet out either side. From here, you can lean forward or you can sit up straight, whatever feels best for you. You're looking to feel it into the outside of those hips, especially on the right. If this feels too intense for you, you can pull the left leg out from underneath you and lean forward into that there. or simply sit cross-legged. So bring the right leg over the top and just sitting cross-legged, leaning forward. Feel free to pop a block underneath your hips if this is particularly tight in your low back. Otherwise, let's jump on in. Okay, lifting chest up and then coming down, sinking forward and down. Just about a minute either side here. Your chest might melt down so you can relax down onto your knees, or sitting up nice and tall. Maybe that feels like enough for you there. Taking a chance to slow down here and getting the benefits of spending some time in your day, just maybe doing a little bit less and breathing. It's amazing the impact that stress can have on our training. And to lower that, just makes the most of your efforts. So if you can take this time and just get tapped into that rest and digest, that recovery system, and make the most of your efforts when you're out there clocking the Ks. Good, let's come back through and switch sides. So left leg over top, right underneath. Shuffling in to be in the center of your mat. Same on this side, at just about a minute. This is the last of our stretches today, getting into the outer hips. After this, we will do some activation. The whole point of mobility is to have strength through range or good quality movement. So it's unlike flexibility where we're just trying to open up and have, end range with no strength there. We want to make sure you can actually use that and use it well. So after we've made this space through release, we want to make sure there's some muscles working around those joints. I'm going to do some glute activation to finish up. Taking these last few breaths here into the belly. Leaning forward if that feels right for you, or that single leg version. Good, and unhooking there. All right, standing on up, we're going to move into some sliding Cossacks. So nice and wide with your legs, as wide as feels comfortable on the mat. Make sure you're not out in a splits type position. Coming down into your right knee and then sliding through the center to your left. Now from here, I like to put a bit of weight in my legs, getting into that range, but an active range. So we're actually using the strength of our legs to support us. So as your muscles become a little bit more active, you can take your elbows off your knees. It's just like doing that to get into the movement. We'll just do 6 more, staying deep through the middle. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Rotating down and coming onto your mat in for some glute bridges here. So we'll start with double leg glute bridges, where your feet are just within touching distance of your hands, if that feels okay for you. Belly button in, so rotate under and drive up, hip bone to the sky. Make sure you're not leading with your belly. You tuck under, hip bones up, down, and drive. Just going to do 10 in the center here. Good. 4 to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top and come down. Good. Into single leg glute bridges. We'll start on the left leg. If this doesn't feel okay for you or feels a little bit unstable, please stay on the double leg. Just get some activation through that single leg. 8 each side, driving up. If this is really lopsided for you, just stay on double leg. 3, 2, and 1. Switch it on over. 8 on the right. 2. Good, almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Hugging your knees into your chest. Well done for making the time for mobility today. A nice big stretch out. Whether you're starting your day or hit the end of the day, I hope you're feeling fabulous. I can't wait to see you next time. Please let us know if you have any requests and subscribe below. Thanks guys. Bye.